How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Linear Bounded Phenogram Steins Gate. Wow, I really f***ed up that title. How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Steins Gate Linear Bounded Phenogram, where we are here in the abduction of 3 world lines, and I think the mystery is finally getting solved. This has been a really weird one, but it seems like it really was just a giant misunderstanding, and everything got totally wrapped around one another. All these little pieces got totally wrapped around other little pieces and just made this whole story a confusing mess, because we really just started off really in the middle of already occurring events with no memory of those occurring events, which, by the way, was kind of interesting. But I'm sure there's a little bit more that we're finding out about here, so we will read on. Above our heads, countless stars were already twinkling. For some reason, the sky looked prettier here than in any other world lines.
さて、それでは例のものを返してもらうとしようか。
例のもの？
決まってるだろう。懐中時計だよ。
それがここにはないんです。
なぜ？
今夜どうしても知人のお通夜に出席しなくちゃいけなくて。
それは心からお悔やみ申し上げるが、それとこれとどういう関係がある？
もう今日は椎名には会えないと思ってたんです。約束の場所には来ないし、連絡も取れなかったから。でもどうしても今日中に懐中時計を返したくて、だからロッカーに入れました。大ビル前のコインロッカーに。
なんだと？どうしてそんなことを？
だから言ったじゃないですか。今日はもう会えないと思ったからですよ。会えないけど絶対に返したかったんです、今日中に。そんな時どうすればいいと思います？これです。
Shinichi removed his cell phone from his pocket.
もしもギリギリまで探してどうしても椎名が見つからなかったら、このメールを送るつもりでした。もちろんまだ未送信ですけど、下書きの状態のものがこれです。
I peeked into the cell phone screen that was faced toward me. It was written as follows. Okay, so for Sheena, you know what, in DB locker number 005, the key is taped to the bottom of the locker. A familiar sentence. There is no way I could forget. This is...
なあ、一つ聞かせてくれ。お前の携帯メールのアカウント名は何だ？
どうしてそんなことを？
いいから頼む、教えてくれ。
I chain his snake. Come on, say it.
I chain his snake ですけど。
意味は？
え？
そのアカウント名の意味は何だと聞いている？
意味なんて特にありませんよ。ただのアナグラムなんですから。僕の名前は中瀬真一。アルファベットを並び替えると I chain his snake になるんです。
Ah, okay. Okay, that formatting really just does not work, game. Like, I appreciate you trying, but that's not gonna work unless you're using the right kind of font that, like, has all the lettering properly spaced, which I don't think is this font. It felt like I was completely in sync. What the okay, you can come out with these big, fat, fancy-ass words that I cannot even pronounce, really, or even know what they are. We can't even do proper sentence structure. This game's weird. Dried from my toes up. At the same time, I heard click, the sound of things fitting together. These numerous fragments came together and shone in a dazzling flash inside of me.
そうか。そういうことだったのか。
At that moment, everything made sense. In a snap, I could see the full picture, the entire sequence of events. Then Kirisu entered the lab. She looked from me to Shinichi and back again with puzzlement.
この人、誰?
Yeah, let's not worry about that whole thing. Shinichi and I decided to go to the coin lockers in front of Daibaru, but it looks like our lovely 4 degrees Celsius beat us to the punch here. There was one thing I wanted to confirm. I told Kirisu to wait at the lab. If my prediction is correct, I would need to send a D-mail. Without anyone at the lab, the phone wave name subject to change wouldn't be active. So I asked Kirisu to take that post. Kirisu pressed me for an explanation, but the moment I said I'll tell everyone you go to the net cafes, she swiftly fell in line. Wow. And here we are. Now, regarding the issue I wanted to confirm, the moment I see the coin locker, or the moment the coin locker came into view, that works better, I believed I had my answer. Because the door of the bottom left locker, number 005, was severely deformed. But I still need to check. I peeked inside the locker just in case. Empty. Yep. Nothing inside.
そんな。
Shinichi was quite flustered, but the sight did not surprise me at all. It is an unfortunate turn of events, of course, but it's one I had already anticipated, so the shock isn't as severe for me.
何があったのか教えてほしいか。
知ってるんですか？
はあ。シドってやつがバールを使ってこじ開けたんだよ、このロッカーを。で、中の懐中時計を盗んでいきやがった。有名なコインロッカー嵐なんだと。
くっそー、許せない、許せません。なんで警察はそんなやつを野放しにしておくんだ。
Well, they did catch him in World Line 2, but that's probably not possible in this World Line 3. That pocket watch has probably been sold off somewhere by now. As frustrating as it is, it's hard to deny that in this World Line 3, the possibility that Mayuri will be reunited with Pockety is incredibly slim. World Line 2 is similarly frustrating. There, Pockety is in police custody as a piece of evidence, but will eventually be returned to Mayuri. Unfortunately, that Pockety is in a sorry state. The crash had done severe damage to it. So is there a way to get Pockety back unscathed? There is, but only one. I need to return to World Line 1. How? By sending a D-mail, of course. Yep, I knew it. We're gonna wrap all the way back around. From whose phone? From X. From Shinichi's phone. Who is the recipient? My cell phone. When will you send it to? I should receive it at 4:03. What's the message? The message that Shinichi showed me earlier, just as is. The D-mail will automatically delete any character after the 36th goddamn single byte character after all. For Sheena, you know what, in DB locker number 005, the key is taped to the bottom of the locker. For Sheena, you know what, in DB locker number 005, the key is taped to the bottom of the locker. For Sheena, you know what, in DB locker. Well, to be fair, I am deleting a space before in DB locker to keep the entirety of the last word in the D-mail. I had feared returning to World Line 1 because of the risk that Mayuri will go missing, but that's no longer a concern, because I am now aware that Ix is no kidnapper. The answer lies within the D-mail that my sidekick sent. That disturbing mangle of letters. I borrowed Shinichi's phone, opened up the saved message from earlier, and set the recipient as the phone wave named subject to change. I've already informed Kirisu of my intended time and recipient. All I need to do is call her. However, her cell phone is currently incapacitated due to dropping it in the toilet at the net cafe. So I thought I would call the Brontu workshop, but I never saved its number into my phone. So I dialed 104 and asked to be connected directly. I didn't know you could do that.
はい、こちらブラウン管工房。
I said, due to a complicated turn of events, I need to talk to Kitasu in the lab ASAP. Would you do me a favor and go upstairs to get her for me? To which the owner replied,
バカにすんな。うちの電話はコードレスだ。2階なら電波が届くだろうから、この電話機をそのまま貸してやる。待ってろ。
I mean, it's a CRT shop, but okay. He put me on hold, where I was greeted with the classic hold waiting music for Elise. While I waited, I turned my attention to Shinichi.
なし1。2つだけ聞きたいことがあるんだがいいか。
なんでしょう。
もしもの話だ。
Yeah, hypothetical, alright.
さっきマユリを捜索していた時に、お前の仲間のうちの一人が、例えばロングソードを持っていたあいつがマユリを発見したとしたらどうすると思う？
あいつのことだから、多分シーナの手を強引に引っ張って無理やりにでも僕のところまで連れてこようとしたんじゃないかと思います。
その後は？
僕はシーナに会ってもちろん懐中時計を返します。
すでにこのロッカーに入れた後だったとしたら？
そしたらこのロッカーのところまでシーナを連れてきて。
だがご覧のようなありさまだったら？
それは困りますね。多分泣きじゃくって詫びを入れて、それからどうするかな。最終的にはあの研究所、ラボって言うんでしたっけ、あそこに送っていったと思います。実は今も泣きそうなんですけどね。
Said Shinichi as he wiped the end of his eyes with the back of his hand. This is a weird fella. For Elise is still playing. Without taking the phone away from my ear, I asked the next question.
2つ目だ。俺が昨日質屋に行った時、お前はある言葉を告げることによって最終的に俺を納得させたと言ってたな。そのある言葉とは何だ？
When I asked, Shinichi looked up at the night sky, stretched out his arm, and formed a fist as if he was trying to grab the stars, and then he responded.
僕はシーナのことが好きなんです。そう言いました。
Oh.
だから懐中時計はどうしても自分の手で返したいのだと。
Well, okay.
ああ、もしもし、岡部？変わったわ。ん？もしもーし。もしもーし。
聞こえてる。
だったら返事しなさいよ。ったくも。店長カンカンに怒ってたわよ。ラボの惨状を見てね。一応サイリウムセーバーの残骸は片付けておいたんだけど、あの血痕、血のりの後は手間がかかりそうだったからそのままにしておいたの。電話レンジを起動させたらこのコードレスフォンを返しに店長のところに行かなきゃいけないのよね。またこってりと絞られそうでうんざりするわ。
I inadvertently looked down at my body. My clothes are covered with stains from the fake blood and my hands are all red. I must have gotten covered when I jumped on Shinichi.
そうそう。大事なことを言い忘れてたけど、電話レンジの設定はすでに完了してるから、あとは起動させるだけよ。ねえ、本当にどうしたの？何かあった？
いや、大丈夫だ。では行こう。電話レンジカッコ仮起動。
了解。
Shortly after, I can hear the sound of sparks through the phone.
放電現象発生確認。
Well, see ya, Shinichi. Was fun. Prompted by those words, I take Shinichi's phone and press send. Wow, I really wasn't expecting that. Out of everything that we've gone through, it's just a love confession. That's the deal. When the dizziness faded, Kirisu was standing in front of me. But I didn't have time to explain. Without saying anything, I rushed to the locker in the bottom left corner and stuck my hand underneath it. I feel something hard against my fingertips. It was affixed, to the bottom of the locker with a piece of tape. I peel it off and take a look at what I found. Sure enough, it was the key to the locker. The number 005 is engraved upon it.
よし。
ちょっと何なの？
わけは後で説明する。黙って見ててくれ。
Leaving the flummoxed Kirisu aside, I did what I had to do. I insert the key to the locker number 005 and twist it. It unlocked with a nice metallic snap. I take a few deep breaths and close my eyes. Please be there. With that wish in my heart, I take hold of the locker door and open it. Inside, there it is. There was the pocket watch. Mayuri's most precious treasure, Pockety. And of course, Pockety was completely unscathed. Sparkling clean too, just the way it should be.
見たかしどよ。これが魔眼の力だ。
Once I launch my beautiful tenor voice toward outer space, I take Pockety out of the locker and put it in my pocket. As you have likely discerned by now, the reason why Pockety was left unharmed in World Line 1 is because Kirisu and I maintain our vigil in front of the lockers, As a result, 4 degrees Celsius couldn't do his job and break into the locker.
さあ行くぞ、クリスティーナ。
行くってどこに？
無論、我らが根城、ラボに決まっておろうが。
イクスのことはどうするのよ？
イクスは誘拐犯などではなかった。ただの質屋のコスプレイヤーだ。コスプレイヤーの質屋と言ってもいいが。
That's the same thing. Oh, whatever.
いや、よくわからないけど。それじゃあマユリは？
マユリのことなら案ずるな。事件は全て解決した。いや、そもそも最初から事件ですらなかったのかもしれないが。
は？
とにかく行くぞ。アットチャンネラークリスよ。ラボへ帰還だ。
その2つので呼ぶな。
Wow.
というわけで、全ての謎は解けたのだよ、諸君。
全然どういうわけなのかわからないんですけど。
詳しく。よかろう。では教えてやる。全ては15時18分。この時刻にマイルの携帯に届いた一通の D メールから始まったのだ。要するにこのマイルの携帯の中に答えが隠されているということ。だがあいにくとこの携帯は今充電が切れている。このままでは中のメールを読むことができない。ダル、その辺に俺の携帯の充電器があるから取ってくれないか。だが断る。そこは断るところじゃないだろう。ほいよ。
Said Daru as he tossed the charger over to me. Wow, thank you. After catching it, I connected it to Mayuri's phone and stuck the power plug in the wall outlet. Since Mayuri and my phones are from the same company, we can use the same chargers.
これでよしと。
じゃあ早速そのメールを。
またれいクリスティーナ。そうことをせくでない。物事には順序というものがあるのだ。山村先生もそう言っていた。
誰よそれ。
とにかく話はすぐに終わる。まあ聞いてくれ。当該の D メールには2つの謎があった。一つは文面について、もう一つは送信者についてだ。ひとまず送信者の方から片付けておくことにする。結論から言おう。この D メールを送ったのは クリスティーナ、お前だ。
なんなのよ、その犯人はお前だ的な言い方は。だいたい私 D メールなんて送ってないし。
送ったのだよ。第三世界線でな。送信者のアカウント名はサイドキック257となっていた。
サイドキック 257？ それってマユリの携帯にあった。
だからマイルの携帯に送られてきたと散々パラ言っておろうが。
ああ、それじゃあ15時18分に届いた D メールって
そうだ。
Kitasu and I saw the D-mail together here in World Line 1. That's why Kitasu knows the content.
なんか僕だけぼっち的な？
安心しろダル。クリスティーナも全く気づいていないようだから。
なんか腹立つ。
いいから戻すぞ。アカウント名についての話だ。クリスティーナ、サイドキックとはどういう意味だ？
親友とか仲間とか相棒とか、それから助手とか。
ふむ。ところでクリスティーナ、お前は俺にとっての何だ？
赤の他人。
Yep, there we go.
助手だ。自覚を持て。第一世界線のクリスティーナよ。少なくとも第三世界線でのクリスティーナは意識しているようだったぞ。そうでなければサイドキックなどというアカウント名はつけないだろうからな。
なんだか論理が逆転してるような気がしますけど。
あくまでサイドキック257は自分ではないと言い張るつもりか？
そうは言ってないけど。
では聞こう。お前の誕生日は何月何日だ
7月25日。
月と日を逆にすると
257？
だけど私そんなアカウントのメールアドレス持ってないし。
それはそうだ。なぜならこのアドレスは第三世界線での助手がネカフェで作ったステアードだったのだからな。
ネカフェ？マキセ氏、ネカフェなんて行くん？
行くわけないでしょ。
どうして白を切る？ネカフェに行くことはそんなに恥ずべきことではないぞ。
Shit, I would like to go to one.
普通にリア充とかスイーツとかイケメンとかも行ってる？
After Daru's explanation, Kitasu started twirling her hair with her fingers and said,
じゃあ行ったのかも。
言ったのだよ。確かに第三世界線でな。自分でそう言っていたのだから間違いない。さて、話をステアードの件に戻そう。助手はこれをいつ作ったのか。おそらく俺を3分間待たせていた時だ。
In World Line 3, Kitasu told me to wait for 3 minutes before setting the phone wave name subject to change his timer and activating it. Then she hung up on me. Because she called me from a public phone, perhaps she immediately went back to her booth, got on the computer, and proceeded to create the disposable account. Within 3 minutes, the account was made. Kitasu then wrote the D-mail and sent it to the phone wave name subject to change with the delayed send function. You know, I just have like one little like plot hole here. How can an email that's not created actually be received in a, like, okay, the account isn't made right now, not in this world line. So how was it received as such if it was never made here? One cannot forget that Kitasu is a prodigy who at the age of 17 had her work published in a major science magazine.
でもどうしてわざわざ PC からメールを送る必要があったん？
その時、第三世界線での助手の携帯は壊れていたからだ。ネカフェのトイレに落としたらしい。
おう。
ところで、
What the fuck?
助手はこの時もう一つ
Why did it go black all of a
不可解な
sudden?
挙動を見せている。
Are we dead?
最初は D メールの転送先を俺の携帯にするよう指示していたのだが、なんと光電現象が始まってから突然前入りの携帯に変えるようにと電話をかけてきたのだ。これは D メールの文面が暗号化されていたこととも密接なつながりがある。
暗号化されてたん？
そうだ。と言ってもデジタルな暗号ではない。ものすごくアナログな暗号。ある特定の人間にしか判読できないよう文字が組み替えられていたのだ。ではなぜそんなことをしたのか。はじめは俺の携帯に送るつもりだったからだ。
This D-mail, like many others, contain a word of instruction, telling me to do something. If I'd received the D-mail as originally intended, I probably would have carried out the instructions in the D-mail without fail. But what if I was caught by an enemy after I had done so? My phone would be taken and my foe would check my inbox, learning immediately what I had done, which would defeat the purpose of sending a D-mail in the first place.
そこで第三世界線の助手はメールの文面を暗号化することにしたのだ。
Yeah, you know what? She did bring up the fact that it could be intercepted.
つまり岡部だけに読めて敵には読めないメールにすることによって、万が一敵に携帯を奪われてもある指示が簡単には露呈しないようにしたってわけね。
その通り。
じゃあその後送信先を眉氏に変えたのはなんでなん？
簡単なことだ。暗号化だのなんだのめんどくさいことをしなくても単に送信先を前売りに設定するだけでほぼ確実にある指示を知られないようにすることが可能だからだ。第三世界線での助手はメールを遅延送信してからそのことに気づいた。だから慌てて俺に電話をかけてきて送信先を前売りに変更するよう要請してきたのだ。
さてと、それじゃあそろそろ聞かせてもらいましょうか。答えとやらを。
いいだろう。
I assented, power on Mayuri's phone, and opened the inbox. I proceeded to display the encrypted messages in order, primarily for Daru's sake, because Kirisu had seen them once before. Oh, that's right, we have seen this shit. Yeah, I don't know what any of this fucking shit means.
助手が俺に向けて送った暗号文だ。ということは当然のごとく、俺はこの暗号の解読法を知っていなければならない。また同様に、この暗号文を作った助手自身も、当たり前のことだが、この暗号の解き方を知っていることになる。では、その解き方とは何だ？俺と助手が二人とも知っている暗号とは。気づいたきっかけはダルが第二世界線で教えてくれた内容にある。
僕がなんかエロいこと言ったん？
エロいことは言っていない。
Did it have to do with that fucking sketchbook?
ちなみにこの書き込みを見つけてくれたのはマキセ氏ね。おかりん、本当に覚えてないん？このアトちゃんの書き込み、ゆうべも見せたっしょ。その時はスラスラと普通に読んでたじゃん。え？つまりどういうこと？
わからないか？縦読みだよ。
Aha.
そうか、3通に分かれたメールをサンドイッチみたいに重ねればいいのね。
That doesn't really help, but we can try it out here. Mayuri will be kidnapped. Okay, well, it's getting a little harder here, but yeah, I can't figure out the last bit.
あとは左端の列から順番に縦に読んでいけばいいだけだ。するとこうなる。
Mayuri will be kidnapped, hide in ghost.
マユリ。
拉致される。
迷彩ボールに。
隠せ。
I give them a small nod and speak.
15時18分にこの D メールを受け取ったマユリはおそらくすぐに、いやすぐにではないかもしれないが、とにかくいずれにせよ不審なメールが届いたことを俺のところへと知らせに来たはずだ。この時刻俺とマユリは一緒にラボにいたからな。きっとあいつのことだから、ねえねえオカリン変なメールが来たなどと言いながら俺のところに携帯を見せに来たのだろう。でこいつを解読した過去の俺は指示通りのことをそっくりそのまま実行に移したのだ。
ってことは、
マユリはずっと。
そう、ここにいたんだよ。
I walk toward the corner of the room and pull the charger cable from the wall.
フォカヌポー未来ガジェット7号機広角機動迷彩ボールデモナイズエディションバージョン 1.24 降臨きたこれ。
デモナイズエディション？
魔改造したからそう呼ぶことにしたんだお。
ねえ、そんなことよりも本当にこの中にマユリが？
調べてみればわかる。なあダル、こいつはどうやって開ける？
単純に上に持ち上げるだけだお。
As instructed, I lifted up the ghost in the ball. And there was Mayuri. Mayuri lay on a comforter on the floor, curled up like a cat. Yeah, she is, huh? She's sound asleep.
やれやれ、拍子抜けね。
はあ、あんだけ心配したのは何だったん？
でもなんだかとっても幸せそう。
かくれんぼしてる最中に押し入れの中で眠っちゃった子供みたいだお。
とにかくよかったわね、岡部。
That one word was all I had left in me. If I tried for a second, it would have loosed tears from my eyes. What? For a while, we just silently looked at Mayuri's sleeping face. And while I listened to her sleeping breath, I found myself wondering, why didn't I hide Mayuri inside Ghost in the Ball in World Line 2 or World Line 3? The encrypted likely D-mail would have reached Mayuri's phone at 3:18 in both of them. So why didn't I follow the instructions? The following is merely my hypothesis, so I may very well be mistaken. But perhaps both World Line 2 and 3 play out like so. First, Mayuri receives the D-mail at 3:18 p.m. Then Mayuri, with puzzled huh and several try to work out the garbled message on her own, putting all of her intelligence to the task. But during this time in both World Line 2 and 3, I received the Keep Mayuri In to Stop Kidnapping D-mail. That would be at 3:20, just 2 minutes after Mayuri receives the encrypted D-mail. Seeing this D-mail, I likely found myself so caught up in the imminent threat, that I didn't give Mayuri the chance to say a word about her D-mail. And on Mayuri's part, listen Mayuri, you are to under no circumstances leave this place, stay in the lab, got it? I imagine after hearing my stark warning and seeing the fire from my eyes, or in my eyes, she found it difficult to bring up a strange, seemingly unrelated message. 4 minutes later at 3:24, I receive a phone call from Kirisu in World Line 2. Of course, the call was in regards to the D-mail that she received, which said, Tail Mayuri, perpetrator, must be caught. In World Line 3, on the other hand, at 3:22, I received the Stop Summit, Use No Fire, Lab Will Burn D-mail, which is shortly followed by Mayuri receiving the No Going Out, Lab is Safe, Fight Black Hoods D-mail at 3:26. These consecutive D-mails must have thrown the lab into chaos, costing Mayuri the opportunity to tell me about the first message that she received. But these D-mails are limited to their respective world lines. In this World Line 1, there was never a situation where we received multiple D-mails consecutively, so Mayuri probably had more leeway to approach me. Hey, Okarin, I got a weird message. I also wouldn't have been in a panic, so I'd be able to focus on decrypting the message. Therefore, this is the result. That's why I didn't hide Mayuri in World Line 2 or World Line 3. Though maybe it's more accurate to say that those two world lines were produced because I didn't hide Mayuri. And while I was thinking about all that... She waking up? Mayuri began to stir and slowly opened her eyes.
あれどうしたのみんな
The three of us looked at each other and grinned.
ブルーマイシーだよ
なんだ
Perfect.
その気
Perfect
の抜けた
shit.
感じのトゥットゥルーは
だってまだ起きたばっかりだし
岡部、あれは
あ、そうだったな
I pull you-know-what out of my pocket and place it in Mayuri's palms, then close her hands over it. Mayuri seems puzzled.
あれこれ怪獣だ戻ってきたんだ
And then she jumped up to her feet.
でもこれどうしたの
空から降ってきた
本当かななんだかよくわからないけどマユシーはとっても嬉しいのですありがとうオカリ
Mayuri gently places Pockety against her ear. She looked enchanted as she listened to it tick.
ねえ、ところでマユシ、本当にあの迷彩ボールの中にずーっといたん？
どうしてそんなこと聞くの
もしかしていなくなっちゃったんじゃないかってみんなでちょっと心配してたから
いなくなるいなくなることなんてないよマユシーはずーっとここにいるもんいなくちゃいけないんだもんだってマユシーはねオカリンの人質だから
Oh my god, what a way to end that off. Wowzers. This music's fucking loud. Holy shit. Alright, you know what? I don't know if I can say that this is my favorite one, but it was clever. I like that route. I definitely did. It's one of my favorites for sure. But now I have to pick a favorite, right? Aw, man. I like Daru's. Daru's was fun. I don't know, I'd have to kind of think about it. Because, you know, it took me really fucking long to finish this playthrough. So, wow, I can't believe we did it, guys! Oh my god, finally! After, what, 2.5 years? Almost 3 years, maybe? I think we actually are approaching 3 years. Oh my god, we finally fucking did it! Yes! To any of the doubters, we finally did it. And I can finally stop playing fucking Steins Gate forever. Until Steins God or whatever comes out, am I right? This is seriously loud, by the way. Like, I'm not joking about that one. It's really hard to, like, get my thoughts together. Oh my gosh. No, but this was a really clever route. I like this one. It wasn't anything too serious in the end. And it still felt like a really serious route. I guess that just goes to show you that there were a lot of routes that were serious all the way through, some not so much. And, you know, that's okay. The fact that it could handle both a serious and not so serious tone really just goes to show you how good the writing is in Steins Gate. Both in Linear Bounded Phenogram, My Darling's Embrace, Zero, and the original. It's really good. Really, really good. Fuck mages. fuck everything about mages. Honestly. Mages is ass. Always copyright claiming my shit for like no reason. I've ranted about that somewhere in one of these playthroughs. 5BB is 5PB. They're pretty cool. Mages, however, not so much. Well, if anything, I'd like to hear what your guys' favorite routes were. Or route.
おかり、誰か来たみたいだよ。
誰だこんな時間に。
Oh, I really wonder. I headed toward the door and slowly opened it. And who should appear but... oh.
桐生萌か。
どこかでお会いしましたっけ？
I desperately checked the time, 7:53. It wasn't exact, but it was close to the time that the Rounders raid our lab. No, not now. I can't breathe. I was frozen, unable to move a muscle. Then Daru came up from behind me.
あ、もしかしてタブオクの
Why is she talking differently?
出版関係の会社に勤めてる？
ヘンプロですけどね。
Yeah, she is talking absolutely different. Moeka's using full sentences. Is this not the shining finger I know?
約束の時間20時でしたね。少し早すぎましたか？
いえ、それは別にいいんですけど。
では、例のもの、いただけます？
いや、それがなんというか。
Daru casts a glance toward the corner of the room. When I followed his line of sight, I saw it. Soaked in Dr. Pepper. The thing I spilled Dr. Pepper all over. That someone bought for 3 million yen. No, what they were supposed to buy for 3 million yen.
スケッチブック。
残念ですね。これでは、ちょっと。お邪魔しました。失礼します。
Suddenly, my petrification was lifted. Right as Moeka disappeared out the door, I quickly turned around. Oh, it's time. It's time. I ran as fast as I could into the development room.
ちょっと岡部、何をするつもり？
Kitasu asked as she chased after me. She has a look of concern on her face, which probably means that was a rhetorical question.
まさか冗談でしょ？
I stood in front of the X68000.
まだ解決していないことが一つだけ残っている。俺が抱えている借金300万円の件だ。
だからそれは払う必要ないって。
いや、おそらく無理だ。俺はいずれ東京湾に沈められることになる。このままずっと返さなければな。返済手段として考えられる方法は2つ。1つは秋葉発明コンテストで大賞を取ること。そしてもう1つは過去に戻ってスケッチブックが毒ペまみれになるのを阻止することだ。
どっちを選択するつもり？
Wait, but if we time leap, isn't this the world line that has the broken ass time
ど
leap?
っちを選択するだと？そんなものは決まっているではないか。俺はシュタインズゲートの選択に身を委ねるまでだ。L、プサイ、コングルー。
So we're just gonna keep fucking looping that, aren't we? Because he's just gonna forget everything. Oh my god. Yeah, he's really gonna fuck up his head. Or maybe he will be successful. I don't know. Alright, we did it. Fuck yes, guys. We finally fucking did it. What the fuck? Why? There's actually a... Why is there one more and it's actually Nai? Okay, well, I guess this isn't the fucking end. Forget everything I was saying earlier, guys. We're not actually done. At least I can think about what my favorite route was. I have time for that. And it looks like, you know... Maybe we will get to 3 years on this fucking playthrough. I don't know. God damn it. Did we at least get everything on this? Yeah, we 100%ed it. I don't know what we missed in this one. Probably just some, like, text messages. Probably same thing here with Suzuha and Mr. Braun. Like, I just... And Ferris. And Luka. Like, I just didn't open everything, probably. But we didn't get any text messages here with Okabe. It was all pretty streamlined. Alrighty, well, fuck me. I guess, one more route to go. And that'll be Nai's. Yeah, there's like one little square up here in the top right. Yeah, I was under the impression that there were only 10 routes in this, and I guess I was totally fucking wrong. Whatever. Alright, thank you all for watching, I guess. And I guess I will see you all in the next episode, because, yeah, there's gonna be a next episode. See you guys then.